Hello, this is a 3 versus 3 on Waterloo. We're playing as 3 French, and our enemies are playing as Great Britain, Netherlands, and Prussia. So we kinda decided to go for a bit of historical gameplay with attacking 3 French and then the British, the Dutch, and the Prussian defenders. We didn't bring the upgraded generals though, and one player said that maybe we should take maybe 1 or 2 artillery, but we decided to go with 5 light, no artillery. So I have 4 light infantry. Then I have 4 Polish, 1 brave, 1 fusilier, 3 militia, and 3 old guard, 2 French cheval. The middle guy has 2 voltigeers, 2 cheval, no, 3 voltigeers, 4, yeah, 4. 2 old guard, 2 young guard, guard seamen. Then he has 4 Swiss, 1 brave, and 1 Polish. This guy has 3 chasseurs, 3 light infantry, 8 fusiliers, 1 Dutch grenadier, 2 old guard, 1 young guard, and 1 brave. And the enemy has 1 black watch, 2 kings, 1 militia, 2 light infantry, 1 rifle, and then it looks like he just has a ton of foot infantry. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And the Dutch player has 1 sniper, 2 grenadiers, 4 Dutch flankers, 10 infantry, and in the back he has 1 sword cavalry. And finally the Prussian has 2 lancers, 3 guards, 6 musketeers, 1 grenadier, and 3 light infantry. So right off the bat we decided to go for this position here. So they're not gonna attack on this position. This is a very poor position to attack on. You should stay around here, and this should be where the big breakthrough will happen, and then you can go up here. The biggest obstacle, of course, being this building here. It has very high firepower, and it's also a bit buggy when you send in your infantry. They kinda get stuck, so you have to pull them out and pull them in again, and do that a lot, because otherwise they just stand in the building and get shot. You can kinda zoom in the building and see if they actually are fighting. That is, of course, if you have the debug camera with the no restriction. So here the French player is going very aggressively with his lights here. This was kinda a bad move, considering I did have 3 lights, so he should have just waited for me. Also, I think that the British player put in the militia in the building, which I wouldn't recommend. It doesn't look like they are shooting though, so that's good. You don't want your militia to shoot, you want your guards or the kings to shoot. Here he sends in 1 Fusilier, but that's not gonna be nearly enough, so this unit is, yeah, gonna break. What he should do is go in with his elites, or with Polish if he had some, but he didn't. Oh, and it actually looked like they did a push here, but it didn't go so well. Yeah, so here I'm pushing up my whole army. I pretty much decided to try and go for a full-on rush here. But Britain is gonna do a very good job of stopping this. Sending in more Fusiliers in the building.
Our men are running, sir.
So right now I'm just trying to get as maximum firepower shooting on this hill here, so I can quickly kill the charging foot. And he's putting the foot in melee against my old guard, so I was pretty confident that they were gonna be able to quickly deal with them.
Our men are running, sir.
So there are a couple of strategies I see people use to try and deal with this building here. They either completely ignore it and just go up this hill here, try to get information, or they just try and bayonet it down with sending in elites and fighting for it, which is kinda what we're trying to do here, I guess. But then there are people that like to skirmish, to just shoot at the building. I don't think that you can actually shoot at the building, like, I don't think you're gonna get a lot of kills doing that. So I think the most optimal way is either to just completely ignore it, if your opponents allow it, but here they're doing a very good job at protecting this hill here. Or you should just do what we're doing here, and that it's just to send in your units and try to take it with brute force. Yeah, so here I have a ton of units shooting at the lights here. He was a bit too slow at realizing that they were getting killed.
Our men are running, sir.
So right here the Prussian is doing the correct move in sending in his foot guards. And they have the Kings and the Black Watch fighting here too. So the French guy is just getting completely destroyed in the building here. Right now it's pretty much impossible to tell which units are which, since we were all France, so maybe the middle guy is completely dead already. Although he should have some units left. I think that these are his units here. He's kinda keeping his old guard in reserve. I guess he's playing historical. Yeah, this is just too much firepower for the French here. Although he doesn't really form a correct line here to shoot, so he does take some friendly fire. So I think this is the time where I tell him to stop sending in his units, so I can send in my 3 old guard to try and take the building. The young guard I don't think you want in melee. I think it has really poor melee stats, if I remember correctly. It's more of a skirmish unit. I think they have the same melee capabilities as the Hungarians, but they have better skirmish, of course. So the young guard is maybe a unit you want against maybe Britain, Prussia. Not these bayonet melee nations like Ottoman, Russia and Austria. It does actually provide a very cheap Inspire effect. I think it is among the cheapest. If you discount the Prussian cav. Yeah, so the French player is getting completely destroyed here on the right. So it's kinda all in or nothing now that we will take the building and try to make something happen. He keeps shooting at the building when he's sending in his troops. I kinda wonder how much friendly fire he actually does. Or maybe it balances out itself with hitting the British too. I personally wouldn't skirmish against the building if I send in my troops. Yeah, so here I decided to spread out my old guard so they would enter in all the entry points in the building. So one enters here, one enters there, and the third one enters in the back. I think that's how you maximize your chances of taking the building. You don't want to clog them all up in one space. So yeah, when I sent in the 3 old guard, the house immediately broke. So I think when this unit leaves, I think I will actually have taken the building. So this is a bit risky, I'd say. Exposing your lights like this. Yeah, so that cav unit is gonna get a lot of kills here. He should just target the cav now with his lights, so they will shoot. I guess Dutch is trying to go for a general kill here. Not really sure why he decided to send it all the way out here. I think this is my general, and don't know if this is probably the middle guy's general, since he is in the position 2. Oh, I think I destroyed this grenadier unit here with my 4 lights. They were tossing grenades at the building. Again, I don't think that's an effective way of killing troops in the building. Probably should have just sent them in. I mean, grenadiers technically are slightly elite troops, especially when it comes to bayonets, so they're gonna do quite good in the building. Oh, so his gen kill actually worked. I think this is my cav. Keeping my lights in tight formation for faster movements and faster reloads. You're a lot more mobile in tight formation than in loose. So my old guard have actually taken the building here, since you can actually see that by them being fresh, and these guys are getting tired. That means that I have taken the building. And you can see some of my troops are shooting. It's actually a bug that if you have the building, your troops don't get tired, but the attacker gets tired. I don't think the tired effect has the same effect as to fighting on the outside. I think fatigue plays a less role. But yes, so right here when they saw that I have taken the building and I have 3 old guard here, they should have just gave up on the building. Because right now my old guard are just stacking up musketeer and foot kills. Trying to skirmish with the old guard. So here I decided to go for the general. It didn't work though. Going for the lights. This is basically a suicide mission for my cav. Dutch is still being very sneaky here in the back with his cav. Yeah, there I killed his general with my lights. Doing some focus firing. Some might think it was a bit unfair that one of the guys plays as Netherlands, because it's a minor nation and we played 3 French. But I think overall, considering they were allowed to defend here and they were able to defend the buildings here, I think it was kinda fair. So yeah, the Prussian guy isn't really paying attention here. I think I'm running out of ammo on my lights, so I should try and push a lot closer with my volleys to really utilize my ammunition to the fullest. Because right now it's pretty even, but I would say that they still have the slight advantage. I wonder if this is my general or the other guy. Maybe we will see if he kills it. I think this is my general though, since I have my lights here. It would be pretty weird if I had my general here in the back. He's gonna make a brave push here with his young guard. He actually decided to eat the volley with his young guard. He should have, of course, eaten the volley with his brave. Yeah, okay, it was my 3rd ally. Yeah, there I don't know what I was doing. Turning my back to the enemy. I think I'm out of ammunition on these units too. Most of them. I think this unit is out of ammo. He decides to charge my lights, but as you can see, you shouldn't underestimate the firepower of light infantry.
Our men
That
are
unit
running,
got
sir.
completely destroyed. And this unit is also gonna get shot to pieces. Taking the general fight here. Probably shouldn't have. But there was really no way to turn back there, so I just had to countercharge. I
Our
don't
men
know
are
if
running, sir.
sure this the British player is dead with his army, but if he does have a rally left, he absolutely should try and keep it alive. Since you can actually rally your allies' troops. And that could, of course, turn the
Our men are
field
running,
of
sir.
battle. So here what I think the Dutch and the Prussians should do. They should leave this building and either go for this one or this one. Although they can't go for this one because I think they will get cut off here. And actually the French player did take the building here. Maybe they could try and blitz this and try to take it. Because this building isn't really that good compared to this and this one. This is definitely the weakest building when it comes to firepower. And of course troops you can have in the building. Yeah, so here he's shooting the ground here. He's shooting at this old guard. And here I was out of ammunition, so I just decided to send in my light infantry. Which is something you shouldn't do really, but since they were out of ammunition, I sent them in. So what do we have left here? So this is quite interesting. I don't think that either of us have our general alive. But the Dutch general is alive. So I definitely think there is a chance for the Dutch to take this. Although we do have young guard, old guard. Yeah, okay, so morale isn't gonna be that big of an issue, I guess.
Our men are running, sir.
Don't really know why he hesitated there. It would have been a really good charge on the old guard. But I think he either clicked on this or he just cancelled the charge. So these are grenadiers, and they have 2 chevrons, so I think they have 9 morale, so they pretty much have the morale of an elite unit. These guys are gonna be able to hold for quite some time. Yeah, and the Dutch is doing a very good job at just keeping his general alive here. He can just run away.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
I don't really know if he can charge this unit here, because only half of the old guard went in the building. But I do know that these guys can't shoot. But yeah, I don't know if he can charge the guys outside.
Our men are running, sir.
Old guard, young guard. Actually, these snipers, I would say, is more of a liability than a asset at the moment. They're not gonna get any kills. What they could do though is affect the morale of the Dutch, which wouldn't be good. Yeah, so that break caused the Dutch to go down slightly. But they were relatively healthy still, so they were gonna hold. 36 old guard, brave. So he should try and get his general close here, so he can rally. So yeah, I think it's gonna be too late. Or maybe he doesn't have a rally. This was a extremely close battle, but it looks like the French is gonna win. I think if the Dutch didn't play as Dutch, they would have probably won. It is quite a big nerf to play as Dutch. It's definitely not the worst minor nation, but it's definitely up there.
A glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Good charge by the Dutch, charging downhill. Extra charge bonus.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
So I got 1,939 kills. Mike the Snipe got 1,383. Saint got 1,187. Hulk got 1,951. Momoy got 1,368. And Polite People got 832. Yeah, so you can see the lights did a really good job here. And the old guard in the building. 259, 256. Good game to everyone.